الآن يبدأ عرضنا الإثرائي بعنوان كيف تثري النكهات تجاربنا في الحياة. نتمنى لكم وقتا مؤثرا. The captivating session titled How Flavors Elevate Our Life Experiences is now beginning. We wish you an inspiring and impactful time.
Good evening, everyone. How you doing? My name is Andrew Zimmern. This is the logo from my website. Just one of the many, many ways that I market myself, which we're going to talk about for a little while. First off, I want to thank everyone at ImpaQ 2024 Ministries of Media and Tourism for having me here in the kingdom. I am absolutely thrilled to be back here again. How food transforms lives and creates impact was my assignment. Travel and viewing the world through the lens of food is the most powerful transformative mechanism on planet Earth, in my opinion. When we travel abroad, we take risks that we would never take at home. We ask more questions, we're inherently more respectful, we behave in new ways, we're more adventurous, we learn new traditions, new cultures, values, and then we export them back into our homes and our communities, even in the most subtle ways. And as someone who has built a mega brand around that idea, I thought I would show you a couple very simple ways in which I get there. And what I want to underscore here is for folks not to forget the obvious. When you're building brands for the greatest impact, people get distracted by a lot of bright, shiny objects, and they forget the most basic rules, so I thought it would be good for us to go over them together. Now, this is the logo for my website. I'm a chef, I'm a TV host, I'm a business owner, I own a production company, I have a hospitality company, I have a very small marketing company that primarily, well, it only services myself and our clients when we're doing consulting work. That, is another picture of me. There's another page from my website. And I want you to pay careful attention to all the messaging that's in there, because we're going to get to that in a little while. This is a page from my Instagram account, and you may notice a lot of the same things: products, lifestyle, food, holidays, very repetitive. This is my Substack. It's a newsletter that I created called Spilled Milk, and again, exact same thing. You see a lot of the same messages repeated over and over again about food, about lifestyle, about product. It gives the audience the promise that I'm trying to supply to them that's going to be a solution to their problems. We'll get to that in a little while. How do people primarily know me? They know me from all of my television shows. I've made about 20 over the course of the last 18, 19 years. Some, like Big Food Truck Tip, were on for 2 seasons. Bizarre Foods, which is how most people know me, was on for 13 seasons, 13 years, more seasons than years. It's the way the American media works. Still airs in 150 countries. Driven by Food, Family Dinner, 3 times nominated for an American Emmy. Holiday Party, another Emmy-nominated show that I was in. Iron Chef, where I was the head judge. Last Bite Hotel, that just aired this last year on Food Network, where I was a judge. Brand work that I do for Renaissance Hotels. I'm the Lincoln Navigator. The guy to On the right side of the screen, Danielle Ballou has a restaurant at the Four Seasons where I'm staying. An old friend of mine. It's nice to eat there. I do a lot of work with NGOs and global organizations. This is the work that I'm doing in Zambia right now to try to find pathways to solving hunger in a country that I think can be the building block for sustaining and normalizing an entire section of South Central Africa. If we can stabilize Zambia, we can stabilize all the countries around it, and I think we can do that by having them become the breadbasket of Southern Africa as they were before the climate crisis really started to affect rain in that region. This was a show that I created about the systems that I'm putting, the resiliency systems that I'm putting into schools in Zambia. What was this? Oh, another Silos baking competition that I judged. A news documentary series that I created for MSNBC called What's Eating America. The Zimmern List, for which I was nominated for 2 Emmys and very grateful that I won one finally. And the shows that I do now currently, Wild Game Kitchen and Field to Fire. I sort of look more like myself there. I hunt and forage and fish, and then I cook whatever it is that I collected. And this is a series that I did for PBS that my production company made, the latest thing that we created called Hope in the Water, which I executive produced. Fantastic, fantastic shows, all of them, with a lot of different messages, which begs the question, what am I selling? What are you selling? I want you to think about this question for a second. I'm going to ask you a few, and this is a series of American brands that have become global that I think we all are aware of, but we may not be 100% sure what they're selling, even though some of you might be wearing it, some of you might have one in your pocket, and others may have gotten one earlier today. Nike sells sneakers, right? Nike sneakers, wrong. Nike sells dreams. Apple, I have an iPhone in my pocket, I have an Apple laptop in my briefcase backstage. They sell laptops and wristwatches and phones, right? No. What Apple sells is status. They sell status. Starbucks. How many people had a Starbucks coffee of some type today? I did. There's one in the lobby of my hotel. They sell coffee, right? And other drinks. They don't. They sell experiences. So you have to ask yourself, in the world of sales, what are you really selling? What are you really and truly selling? I don't sell recipes and books and videos and TV shows. What I sell is literacy. I sell knowledge. And I sell it to curious people, by the way. Curious people are my audience. It's very important to know who your audience is. So it's not that I'm selling all of those shows that I showed you before, or those spoons, or those recipes that were on my website or my Substack. I'm selling literacy and knowledge, in my case, culinary literacy. We often hear about passion, but it's a temporary, fleeting fire that can burn out just as quickly as it ignites. Curiosity, however, is a deeper and more enduring drive. Curiosity is a quiet but constant force that propels us forward and makes us seek out knowledge and new experiences without the pressure of instant results. And that's why I seek out curious people. They're better customers. In a world that idolizes passion, right? You can think of passion as trend. Curiosity offers the kind of sustainable motivation that allows for continuous growth, exploration, and unique self-expression. If you can tap in to an audience's curiosity, it's much better than tapping into their passion. Passion comes and goes. Curiosity is forever. It's through curiosity that we find the true essence of creativity, because it's not about following a trend or chasing excitement. It's about the quiet, relentless pursuit of understanding and discovery. That's who I'm selling to, the curious. Understanding the difference between branding and marketing. Branding is what you are. Marketing is how you sell it. So what makes for the best impact there? People don't care about your product. They care about what it can do for them. What can the product do for them, right? Think about that Nike example I gave you before. Their most famous ad, "If I Could Be Like Mike." They're selling a dream, not the sneaker. You put on the shoe that Michael Jordan wears, and you could be like Mike. You could do anything. You could fly through the air if I could be like Mike. It's like having one ad that says, "Buy this charger for your phone," versus someone who says, "This will charge your phone in 10 minutes. Solves a problem, right? That's what makes for the best impact. It's like Spotify. Rather than selling, something for $10 a month, give the first month away free and then charge them $10 a month. Sell it for free. That's the first message that you get from them. It's like attracting with short-form content, but then keeping them with long-form content. It's the same principle at work, whether it's in media or whether it's in advertising. Spotify's ads are a great example of that. I also try to sell benefits as opposed to features, right? So the phone, this one that I have right here, I can say, "Hey, this is a phone. Do you want to buy it?" It's got 200 gigs of storage. That's a benefit. That's a feature. 200 gigs of storage. As opposed to, this is the only tool you'll ever need in your life. It can do everything for you. Only tool you need? I want that. 200 gigs of storage? I don't really know what that is. If you try to sell to everyone, you're not creating community. Targeting attracts, builds, and keeps a strong community. Think of rental car companies. Loyalty is built by price tier. Hertz doesn't sell to people who are on a budget. Hertz is selling to a premium customer, right? Budget Rent-A-Car, just in their very name. They're a rent-a-car company called Budget. Who do you think is going to go to them to rent a car, right? And the other thing you need to do is repeat. And you repeat all of those things until you actually convert something into a sale. Don't sell prevention, sell a cure, right? Take a diet drink. It's a great example of it. If a diet drink says, "This drink prevents obesity," it doesn't sell half as well, according to Harvard University studies, than a diet drink that says, "This burns fat." Curing beats preventing all the time. What's the biggest takeaway that I could give you in such a short amount of time? It's this last one. You can't do anything in life. You can't sell, you can't market, you can't build a brand, you can't have relationships with other people, you can't understand other cultures unless you're co-regulating with someone before operationalizing. And I'll give you a great example of this from my real life. Best friend runs into my house, frantic, angry, out of control. I say, what happened? He says, I lost my briefcase, had my phone, my wallet, my passport, my laptop, the keys to my house. And he starts freaking out. And I stop him and I say, did you call the security people at your office building? And he looks at me, and now he gets all mad at me and throws his his coat down on the couch, and he says, well, of course I did, you moron. I'm a smart guy. I'm an executive at a big company. I didn't need you to solve my problem. I just needed my friend to hear me out. Well, what if that same friend comes in, all rageful and angry and all over the place, and he tells me the exact same story. I lost my briefcase. It had my phone and my keys and my laptop and my wallet and my passport in it. And I look at him and I say, oh my gosh, that's terrible. Have a seat. Let me get you a glass of water. And I get him a glass of water, and I come back and I say, tell me all about it. He's like, oh, well, I called the security people and wherever. We're having a conversation. He's calmer. I'm actually being of service to him. I've converted, right? You think about it like a sale. I've converted, and it's because I co-regulated with him before operationalizing. Co-regulation is understanding. Operationalizing is telling someone what to do. Understand your customers through those other basic principles, and you will be co-regulated, and then you can start operationalizing with them. Thank you very much.